in your brain, you're in the nuts domain. Come on in, it's about to begin.
Hi everybody, I'm Matt.
I'm John.
Jestin.
I'm Shirley.
Did you forget who you were?
I did for a while.
You're like, I'm Jason.
I get called two different names and occasionally Jason.
And welcome to the Nerds Domain Podcast, where we don't know who we are. This week, we're talking about Elysium. It's an immediate movie review. Hooray! We normally try and have the Dystopic Boys on for these, but they are really busy still. So we want to remind you to go over to Dystopic Radio and check them out. They have podcasts. They have a website. They talk about stuff. They have two podcasts.
Last Frequency.
Last Frequency. Quit staring at that. That makes me nervous. I thought you were looking to make sure that was running.
No.
Last Frequency, and then the Dystopic Boys, or Dystopic Radio.
Yeah.
It's really good. So let's start by talking about our movie draft, just briefly.
Yay.
Jesse is now currently kicking the crap out of all of us, and he is no longer our friend.
I call shenanigans.
Never bet
Two
against
Guns
the
did
kids.
terrible.
What?
$29 million.
What? Really?
I thought it was winning the box office when it opened.
No.
Really?
I can check.
Yeah.
I can check the numbers.
Yeah.
But it really is not doing well.
Okay, well, I guess never mind. I withdraw shenanigans.
Two Guns made $27 million. And
wow.
and you know what? It won the box office. It was the only real movie that came out that weekend. It only did slightly worse than Smurfs 2.
Which was my movie.
Which I don't understand. I enjoyed Smurfs too.
Oh,
I didn't get to watch it yet.
Oh, God.
Maybe my parents will take my daughter to see it while we're at Gen Con, and then she'll...
Yeah.
She calls farts.
It could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, because of Smurfs 1, she calls farts Smurfs.
That's too hilarious.
Yeah. Who smurfed?
Wow. She was really talkative the other night.
Was she?
Yeah, like she was telling me all about whatever she was talking about.
Wait, when were you in
The Sunday.
Oh, when you came over to hang out, yeah.
So Jesse is currently beating us at $785 million.
Wow.
Behind him is Niles at $695 million. He might break 7, but that'll be about as far as
Does
he
he have
goes.
another movie?
No,
he's
he
done.
had Man of Steel and Iron Man 3 done.
Yeah,
Yay!
and what do I got?
John, you're at 656. You might overtake
I might take
Niles, but you don't.
I think I'm done too, though.
You don't have anything else. Me,
No.
I have 2 movies. Shirley has 1, and Wendell has 1.
Where's Shirley at?
Shirley is
in last.
No, you're not in last. You are behind John. You have 550, so you're about 100 million behind him.
Ooh, what's your last movie?
Oh, that's right. That's a good chance.
The
World's
Wolf.
End.
No.
Yes, she's
Yeah,
got
she's
World's
got
End.
World's
Tiger.
End.
The World's End. Yeah.
That's a good chance there.
I don't think it's going to be 100 million plus whatever else she needs to make up for the stuff he has Smurfs 2. Johnny has Smurfs 2.
Yeah, but Smurfs 2 was, 2 weeks ago now? Or
It was
1
the
week?
31st. Which is
2 weeks ago.
which is a Wednesday. You still
it's
have...
done.
Yeah,
I'm
maybe.
out though. I'm out of movies.
Anyway, then there's Wendell at 443.
He's got planes.
He has Planes, which my mom and dad just took my son to tonight.
Yeah.
I've heard horrible reviews about that one.
He's about 100 million behind Shirley, and I'm way in the back, about 80 million behind, or 90 million behind Wendell at 357. But I have 2 movies,
What do you have?
one of which we saw for this, Elysium,
Elysium.
and Kick-Ass 2. I think I can come out of last. That's what I'm hoping.
Maybe, yeah, maybe. I mean, it's not impossible.
So,
Never bet against kids.
yeah, well, all except Smurfs 2.
I think it was just.
I'm still
too
kind of
little.
pissed that Pacific Rim has yet to make 100 million.
Yeah.
Which right where it deserves to be.
No, it doesn't. It deserves more than 100 million. It deserves more than Grown Ups 2.
Okay, I'll give you that much.
Yeah, and as much
Grown Ups 2 has characters I care about.
No, shut up.
and as much interest as it's getting on the internet, I'm really shocked that it's not
Yeah.
doing more.
So that's kind of the update on our movie draft. We will probably be doing a winter draft. I need to look at numbers for that and figure out when we need to start. But such movies as Thor, which we saw trailers for. I saw a trailer for it.
Yeah, The World of Darkness.
The Dark World.
Or Dark World.
And Hobbit 2, Desolation of Smog.
I didn't see
that one, but I mean, these are movies coming out. And other stuff like that. I saw a trailer for Insidious 2, and I had nightmares last night because of it. Freaking ridiculous. And then, I don't remember what else I saw. I was not impressed.
Hold on, I have a list.
What did you see?
There was a commercial for the World's End Tavern, which makes me definitely
More interested.
want to watch it. Yeah, without a doubt.
That's
'cause
summer,
it's the
but-
trilogy, which are actually, from what I understand, are trying to.
They're
Bring it
not.
as-
They're not
Oh,
making it
okay.
all one.
There's
I say I don't see how they
Thor, which we already
could, but
talked
yeah.
about.
There's what?
else was there?
Oh.
Rush. And I'm trying to remember what
What was
that
Rush? Rush
about.
was a fast. No, it's race cars. The old style of.
Oh, yeah.
Chris Hemsworth is in
Yeah,
it.
Chris Hemsworth and
I don't know who the
yeah.
other guy was, but that's Rush.
I mean, they actually made it
Captain
look
Phillips
interesting.
with Tom Hanks.
Oh,
Yeah, that
God,
looks-
That's,
The counselor.
what? No,
I don't think that's gonna be good.
really?
Yeah.
I
Why?
think
Because it's too recent of an event to be done that
Yeah.
way. They're
I
either
think
going to
it's
over dramatize it
very-
and not have it like it, or it's going to be too undramatized and.
I was
not be
wondering
worth
why they
watching.
had a submarine as a getaway boat.
Yeah.
it's not a submarine.
It looks like very much like a submarine.
It's a yellow submarine.
It's an orange submarine.
It's close enough.
The counselor.
That looked pretty okay. I'm not sure.
What was that about?
Do you remember what it was about?
It's basically this guy is a lawyer and gets connected to the mob
Oh yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
It was vague on exactly what was going on, but it looked good enough.
And then the Monuments Men.
No, I want to see that.
I
That's
would
going
like
to be
to
What
see
was
great.
that one
Yeah.
about? Because I saw it, but I don't remember it.
A
It's
bunch of
about
old people in World War II.
Yeah.
Oh, so
The
it's
old
John
people that
Candy
are,
and like
No.
No.
not John Candy,
Oh my
John
God.
Goodman.
Yes.
Close
So,
enough.
no,
Oh my
not
gosh.
at all. One's
They're
dead.
two big funny guys with the name John in it. John Goodman and
Bill Murray.
Bill Murray. Bill Murray had a very understated role in that
Yeah.
trailer.
Yeah.
But they basically are going into, and George Clooney is in it. They basically are going in during World War II to save all of the like art and artifacts that Hitler has stolen
Yeah.
before they get destroyed, and that's their entire job is to evaluate them and save them.
Yeah.
So that looked pretty cool.
There was also
And then-
Gravity. I've
hold
seen
on.
2 trailers for
I
Gravity.
don't
I
want to
do
see
not wanna
Gravity.
see Gravity
Yeah,
at
I haven't
all.
seen it.
No, I don't understand it because both trailers made it look like the one's getting left off, float off into space. How
Right.
can they do that with the same movie? I mean, it's I don't know.
What?
It's, both trailers. I've seen 2 trailers for
Yeah.
Gravity. The first one clearly showed the woman drifting off into space
Yeah.
like she couldn't grab it. The second one clearly showed the guy drifting off to space like
Oh
he couldn't
no,
catch
they
anything.
save her once and then
They do it
other,
again?
Yeah.
Why did they go out twice when they're having it in the middle of a meteor shower or whatever it is?
I don't
It's,
know.
I don't know. It's either going to be something fantastic that has nothing to do with the trailer, or it's going to be terrible.
Yeah.
No,
And very
it
scary.
people who've seen it or seen what they're doing so far, it really is about an astronaut getting
So
knocked out into space.
So
from
as
what
I
can
mentioned in one of our
But is it-
previous
oh,
podcasts, I went to space camp, and I will tell you one of the things that scared me the most about space is that.
Yeah.
Like I my chest got tight when I watched that trailer because that scares the crap out
tell.
of me.
See, I wasn't even scared by it. It
I
was just,
wouldn't mind
I
it, but
was.
it
It
showed
makes
2
my stomach
scenes, and I
hurt.
can't help but feel like it's going to be one of those let-down movies where they both survive. Because it shows a trailer of them both dying, and it's not going to happen.
Oh,
Was the counselor
Without
the
Jesse's-
counselor the one with Brad Pitt in it?
yes.
Yeah.
oh, in point of order, this is going up tonight. The other one's going to be
Yeah, that's true.
next
That's in the
podcast.
future.
So
Hello, future people. It's
Preview.
also in the past. Haha.
Yeah.
I fixed it. All right, so let's go ahead and get into Elysium.
Jeez.
We might get. We're
That's-
only
no,
8 minutes in.
I'm just saying that's why we're here. I totally forgot that's what we were doing.
You're like, I thought this was a what
Johnny
you
has
doing?
not seen Elysium, so if he's a little silent, it's because he's listening and he may ask a question from time to time. But
Yeah.
We're going to totally spoil the movie for you.
set in the year 2154, which
Oh,
is
spoiler!
shut up, when the very wealthy live on a man-made space station. Shut up. While the rest
Halo.
of the kinda. While the rest of the population resides on a ruined Earth, a man takes on a mission that could bring equality to the polarized world.
But it doesn't.
So let's stop right. It does actually.
Oh, okay.
Let's stop right there. That is very false and misleading.
Oh yeah, 'cause
It's a very
there's no,
personalized
like-
story.
Yes. Before we get into the whole spoilers and stuff, should we do our star ratings and stuff?
I
for
was
people
going
who
to try
want
and stay away from spoilers,
I
but
don't
clearly
think we
when I
should.
read that it was in the year 2154, that was a spoiler.
I don't think we're gonna be able to
before we
watch
get
it.
into the spoilers, let's go over some basics and then we'll hit star review.
Okay.
So, it was directed by Neil Blomkamp, who was the director of District 9.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
It's starring
Yeah.
Matt Damon and Jodie Foster. There's some other people in there, and they were recognizable, but I don't know who the hell they were.
Yeah, the spider guy. I've seen him in
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
if you liked District 9, this has a lot of the same feel. In the directorial style, it had a lot of the same feel.
Okay. Well, yeah.
All right, Jesse, what did you think? Real quick.
I enjoyed it. It's not the best movie I've seen. It's not the worst movie I've seen.
It's very green.
Exactly. There was parts you have to suspend disbelief.
Like what? No spoilers then?
Yeah, we'll
get into that here in a minute.
But I liked it. It was. I'd give it a solid 3-star rating. I mean, it was.
Shirley?
Yeah, I definitely liked it. Going into it, knowing that it was supposed to be something directed by Neil and similar to District 9. I felt like there should have been more story. To me, it was more...
This is like Jesse last month.
This was, for me, it was more like shoot 'em up cowboy, and it didn't have the emotional pull for me that District 9 did.
Okay. And stars?
Yeah, I'd give it a 4. A solid 4.
Overall, I like the story. I like the acting. I like the characters. However, I have motion sickness, and shaky cam and up close shots really kill it for me. I like this movie, but because of Neil Blomkamp's directorial style, I'm giving it a 2. I cannot deal with it anymore. I will not go see another Neil Blomkamp movie. I'm
District
done.
9 wasn't like that.
Yes, it
Yeah,
was.
it had-
shaky cam.
It started
But it wasn't
out
as much.
No,
It wasn't as
as
heavy,
much.
No.
but there were like 4 scenes. I get doing it during a fight. I get using it. It's a valid directorial style. However, I'm not paying $10 to go get sick. If I was going to pay $10 to go get sick, I'd pay $50 and go to an amusement park and ride some rides and throw up there. This was ridiculous, and I should not feel like this in a movie. I should not have to feel like I need to go get a drink so I don't throw up all over the floor.
Oh, and the strobe light effect. Very.
That didn't bother me. I don't notice those.
I don't.
There were some strobe lights
I don't
in there.
remember
It was
when.
bright flashes. Oh man, it was.
When the we're gonna get into some spoilers here. If you don't want to listen to our spoilers, we've only had like 12 minutes, and most of that talk has been about other stuff. But this is the part where we will start spoiling the movie. You have been warned. We will give you a second to shut it off.
Everybody dies at the end.
It's your own fault now.
No, that's John dies at the end. That's a different movie.
So, when they attack the main facility and like stuff is exploding, there's a lot of strobes in that.
Okay.
So the basic story is that Matt Damon's character, whose name I can't remember,
Max. Because I kept thinking they were saying Matt.
Yeah, he's a convicted felon who's out on parole. Things don't go well for Max, and he's clearly not adjusting well. But he has a job, which is saying a lot because it's hard to get a job.
Yeah.
A job
like
doesn't seem
most
really
of the-
necessary in that society.
Yeah, I know that kind of threw me off too. But
Wasn't he building cops?
he's
Basically.
building robots.
Which are cops?
Not necessarily. There's also
Well,
servant robots.
Oh,
Yeah.
But they live on the Halo.
Yes.
Okay.
Some of them.
Yeah,
There
most
were
of them.
like century
Yeah, that's
cops.
other than the cops though. Yeah, they
Yeah.
all live on Halo.
Oh wait, I'm getting confused with Total Recall, where he was building robot
So
cops.
remind me what part of this
that's
you.
so fun.
No.
watched?
I've watched a lot of previews.
I know.
And
So
previews nowadays give away a lot of the plot.
So he gets irradiated at his job. Which, by the way, when I worked at a factory, there's no way you tell me to get in a piece of machinery. Ever.
Or I lose my job.
I would quit. F you. I'll
That
go
is the
home.
only job on the planet, from the looks of it. At least
So
in that
he gets irradiated, which will kill him in 5 days, and the Medobot gives him some pills and tells him to take them. They'll deal with the symptoms until he dies. The only way for him to get fixed is to go to Elysium and sit and lay in a med bay. And so that's what the whole movie's about, is him getting to Elysium and getting in a med bay.
Pretty much.
But I mean, I feel like it's way more than that because the character development for him was huge.
Yeah.
From
there's some
self-preservation to,
Noble sacrifice.
to noble sacrifice.
There's a huge attempt at social commentary here. I'm not sure if I cared for it or not.
See that I didn't like either. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was. I thought it was going to be very the rich versus the poor. It turned out to be the poor versus the corrupt rich and the stupid rich.
I think it was the rich against the rich.
Yeah.
And then also the poor were there too sometimes, and they were used as pawns. So I mean that I just don't like the. I don't like the mindset that people like that are super rich have no interest in helping people that are poor. It really bothers me, and it gives a bad name to people who are rich who believe that there are certain social structures that should go on. It's just politically, I don't like it.
They
But
had the whole Dick Dastardly twirl your mustache moment at the
They
end
did.
when they dropped the dropships and they have all those med bays on them like they were.
yeah, like that. There was a lot of just plain dick moves in this from people that were rich, and that bothered me. Rich people don't typically work like that. I mean,
Well,
they really don't.
I mean, again, didn't see the film, so I don't know exactly what happened. But I mean, for every Bill Gates we have in the world, who's or George Lucas, he sold Star Wars for
$4 billion.
$4 billion
$4 billion.
and is giving the majority of that money away to school.
That's fine.
You don't hear about. I mean, granted, $4 billion is a lot of money. You don't hear about the millionaires who give away. And it may
here's
just
how
be,
the movie ends.
Okay.
I'm gonna ruin it for you.
All right.
Matt Damon dies.
Okay.
He does so to make everyone a citizen of Elysium.
Like they say, if you die,
No, he has a thing in his head. The only way to get it out is to kill him.
Yeah.
That information resets everything however they decide, and they make everyone that is illegal in Elysium legal in Elysium. So everybody is now a citizen of Elysium.
Even the people back on Earth.
Yes, Elysium is so smart that it can scan for you being sick. So you're sick, you're a citizen of Elysium. It goes, oh, you have Marfans. Go get in the medbay. We got that. Done.
Yeah.
Fixed.
They go down to Earth. They don't even take the people of Earth back to Elysium. Elysium doesn't change because of this.
Yeah. So here's how the movie ends. Matt Damon dies. They send down two. I saw two. There were probably
There
more.
was more.
Two ambulance vehicles with literally 24 medbays in them, and they take a minute to fix it.
Mm-hmm.
So they're withholding all of this medical attention that could just fix everything for no reason whatsoever.
But the thing is, I mean, and I'm going to play devil's advocate
Sure, go
here
ahead.
for a second.
Johnny's hasn't seen the movie. Somebody has to.
Yeah.
They are withholding this because the society has degraded,
Yeah, whatever.
Devolved.
Degraded.
To the point where nobody is being a productive person in society, and they've made the decision that those people aren't worth it. So if you're not going to contribute to
Matt
society,
Damon was being helpful in society. He was building their robots.
Yeah, and that's one thing that I had a problem with. Jesse and I were talking earlier that, why didn't they have a med bay for the people that were working in the places that they had, that there were jobs? Well, they didn't have it there because the place would have gotten overrun.
The freaking nurse. She's she's healing people. Can't even get her daughter fixed.
Yeah.
Right.
Who's dying from leukemia.
But
That's the
she's
factory,
healing
the
people
factory.
on Earth. She's not doing
Just
anything
the
for
whole
Elysium.
thing. But she's.
Yeah, they don't want them to get too powerful and overthrow Elysium
Well,
like they do.
But I mean, isn't
But-
the point or you were saying the people on Elysium aren't contributing to society in any way?
They
Right.
are.
They are.
They're contributing to their society.
How? Managing money.
Basically,
Well,
no,
so jobs
they're
around
right.
it. They do
You know what?
things.
I don't know. I don't know that they do anything.
They
It was
might not,
left
yeah.
vague.
True.
The only
Very
jobs we
vague.
see are government jobs up in Elysium.
Right.
That's all you see.
So in the preview, the woman has skin cancer from laying out in the sun all day, goes and lays down in her med bay and is done. Like, what does that person do to contribute
Don't
to
have a
society?
clue.
Yeah.
I have
so
no
what?
idea.
Yeah.
It just looked like
No, I get why you feel like that.
When you're
I get that.
introduced to that society, that Jodie Foster's character,
Yeah.
she has the job as basically, I'm going to say sergeant, the sheriff of Elysium.
She's the director of defense.
Yeah, director of defense for Elysium, and then it shoots to her going to a birthday party, and everybody's just standing around, and there's food and, gorgeous, landscape, and
but the
people
thing
are
is,
just milling about.
It
doesn't look like anybody has a job.
Your interpretation is completely valid. I get what you're saying. It's shitty.
Oh,
the whole mindset.
I totally get that.
The whoever wrote this
hates rich people.
Hates rich people because they will never give to people below them. But that's not the case because plenty of rich people do.
Yeah.
Plenty of unrich people do.
What I didn't understand
so
is
you're
one of the
upset
major
because it viewed
it's a social
the upper
comment.
class
It's a social commentary
in a
that's
bad light.
such. All of them. Not a single member of Elysium was willing to help anybody on Earth.
Right.
Yeah, even when the president knew something was going down that was wrong, still tried to stop.
Yeah.
Matt
There
Damon.
wasn't. I mean,
end.
that's my issue. Not a single person on Elysium was willing to help.
Right.
There wasn't social reform. Nothing.
Okay, but I mean, was the commentary then that this is how the writer, director, whatever, sees where we could end up if we don't change where we're going? Because right now we have people like Paris Hilton and I'm drawing a blank on any other name, but I mean, I don't mean to vilify Paris Hilton. Kardashians. The Jersey Shore people.
Yeah.
They're famous for being famous, and they're rich because they're or they get money because they're rich. There's I saw an ad on it was somebody was making a joke, but it was true. Kanye West has a white T-shirt that costs $250, and it sells out every time he produces his white T-shirt. It's no different than.
In all fairness, the fabric may be a little better, honestly, than your standard $5 shirt
but
at
not
Walmart.
But
$200.
Not $200. I used to get on Saks Fifth Avenue just to see what they had.
Yeah.
They had a shirt with a whale on it.
Yeah.
Fucking whale.
Something you can get off T Fury.
$385. It was a whale.
It was printed on the T-shirt.
But the thing is, you guys are talking about materialistic things. What I don't get is the mindset, because I have someone that, that I know, and their mindset is, yeah, I could do that, but I'm not going to do that because I'll have somebody else do it for me. Excuse me? Get up off your lazy bleep and put some work in and put your effort in, because all of us are the same.
Well,
Right, but I get what you're saying, but there were plenty of people in this movie working hard and wanting to work.
Right.
I mean, he told Matt Damon, "Oh, you have a bandage on your arm? You're out." And he's like, "No, screw that. I can work. I can do this. I got this." He got his arm broke early on in the movie.
Okay.
He was being a dick to some cops, and they broke his arm because he was resisting his probation.
Right.
And he's like, "No, I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter." And he did his job with it on. I get he's working hard. Why isn't he being taken care of by society?
Because that's where society is gone. If you don't live on Elysium,
the
you don't get
commentary,
that.
I don't think was so much about the rich versus the poor. I think it was the first world versus the third world. Almost as if he doesn't feel the first world countries are doing enough to help third world nations they should be.
Okay, I can see
And
that.
he
too.
is.
I can see that too.
I don't believe that. I don't follow that line of thought, but I can see where he's coming from. And
think
with
but
the
again,
factory, I don't understand why. One of the major points of the movie was the fact that the factory wasn't making enough money. It wasn't producing enough to stay operational. All they'd had to do was put one med kit down there and say, whoever works here has.
Well, more importantly,
to it, and they would have all the free work
hold
they
on.
ever wanted.
So more importantly, they're having people build. Why can't you have robots build robots?
Because that leads to the Terminator.
Okay, fair enough.
well, it also, but again,
That's a good answer.
But it leads to there's a mindset that, or there's a thought process that if you give people work, even if it's at subpar pay, but you tell them, look, the best I can do is give you this job, they will thank you for that job and do that work.
But they weren't thanking them for that work. They
were they rising up and killing the rich? No, they were doing what they had to survive. Thus, they weren't overthrowing, because if they had to do a job in order to survive, because they had to do that job, they didn't have the time to go overthrow the government. It's
But
what
they
dictators
They
do.
couldn't reach to try to
Right.
overthrow the
Well,
government, because
okay.
they were trying the whole time. The guy from Elysium who was on the planet was behind very protective glass.
Okay,
And the one
but-
time he does leave, bad things happen. But
Yeah.
And the
it's-
thing is,
they
there's
laugh
a
at him when he goes to
whole-
work because he's working.
Right.
I mean, the
Like
people, the other
Matt-
people in
he's talking
town
about
laugh at
Max.
Max because he's got a job. But why does he need a job? The job is redundant. There's no need for it.
Right, because in
They
this
mock him for it.
society, like nobody works, and they show it at the beginning of the movie where Max
So
is
no one-
walking, and he's like, "So you're going to go work?" And the whole group of guys that he used to hang out with, laughed at him and was like, "Well, why are you doing that? We don't need to."
Well, then what do they do with themselves?
A
They
lot of
try to
trouble.
overthrow Elysium.
They also cause a lot
I
of
mean,
problems.
most
He
of the
ran with the
people
bad
are
crowd.
not-
Where do they
They
get
were
their food?
robbing and feeding.
We don't
and
know.
things like that.
It
Yeah.
was left out.
Yeah.
There were so many vague things, but it was so
You
clear that
didn't
there
know
was a
where they got their
social
food
commentary here. It was just very. I don't know. Let's.
Yeah, there was no
Can we-
farmland. You're right. I didn't even thought about
Yeah,
that.
can
But
we-
they were.
Can we move past this just a little bit?
Sure.
We've been on it for 10 minutes or so now. So, what did you guys think of the special effects?
They could have done with a little less strobing.
What did you think of the weaponry?
I liked it. I loved the burst shells. I don't know how it knows to burst before it reaches a target, but that's
Oh.
future tech.
Yeah, this is the same thing that they can scan people from space and tell
Yeah.
that they're sick.
I love the shield. It didn't seem to really help a whole lot. It kept him alive,
It kept his face from blowing off.
and I liked that too. That was awesome. Reconstructing the face. That was.
That was crazy.
That was a little rough to watch, but it was kind of awesome.
Apparently, as long as the brain's not destroyed, you can be rebuilt.
So I'm
Yeah.
walking out of the movie, and there are 4 kids that were in it. They're like, I don't understand. Even if just his face got blown off, like he would be dead, and like he would bleed out, and there would be no blood going to the brain. That just doesn't work. And I was like, nerds. But yeah, so Johnny, to keep you up, they're going up to Elysium, and this mercenary has caught Matt Damon and his girlfriend and his girlfriend's daughter.
The
And
nurse.
yes,
Mercenary's a pretty cool guy.
it,
As a villain, he's a pretty decent
he's
villain.
a good villain.
He is a good
And
villain. And
so
I
they
Horrid
somehow something
person.
happens and they end up crashing.
Yeah.
What happens? Oh, the grenade.
The grenade
Yeah.
goes off, yeah.
So Matt Damon gets on holding a grenade, and they try to
Because they
take
want
it
his
from
brain
him,
knowledge.
and it gets knocked out of his hand, and they flying around, and then the grenade goes off and blows a hole, and as they land, the big bad mercenary guy's face gets blown off by a grenade.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
I didn't realize it was him to start with.
Yeah.
Until it went
Yeah.
yeah.
repairing.
So they
But,
put him in a med bay, and it just reconstructs his face, the entirety of it,
Yeah.
and he's
Nice.
fine. And they were like, huh, remember that
He's
time?
upset.
It reminded me of Lady Deathstrike had what was her group?
The Reavers.
It reminded me of those Reavers because they're all cybernetic. And he was like, remember the time we had to rebuild his leg? He was awful pissy after that.
yeah.
Like, that's the conversation they're having. So it was really kind of cool. I don't know. Overall, the movie was not bad. The social commentary really killed it
It
for
did.
me, and the stupid motion sickness. Like, I really did not feel good towards the end of the movie. So
Well, did you go into the movie wanting another turn off your brain sci-fi?
no, I would have
Adventure?
been fine with it. The whole premise of the movie is we have money, you don't matter because you don't have money.
Right. And
That's-
then
And I
And
don't
then-
even think it was money. Money was never brought up.
They called him rich. They did call
Well,
him rich
yeah.
several times.
Yeah,
I-
the main
and money was brought up one
This-
time
yeah,
when he steals the
she
$5 out of the kid's pocket.
Yeah.
the
He's
toady
throwing around.
guy also the guy who ran the factory had like rich tattooed to his
Yeah,
face, which I'm assuming was his name because it was with an E at the end of it. But
yeah, might have been.
still, I thought that was kind of a big slap to the face of the information. I mean,
well, as we mentioned, this movie was directed by the same guy that did District 9. How did you feel about the social commentary?
I didn't mind it. I
In
could
that
see
film.
that. I like that
That's
spin
Aliens.
on
I'm
aliens.
good with
No,
that.
it's not. No, it's not aliens. It's
Wait,
I
hold
like-
on. Were they
I-
not from space? That makes them aliens.
I like the spin on the typical alien invasion gone way, way wrong.
Yeah, I get what you're saying there. However, that's an invading force.
Yeah.
what?
It was.
Invading force? No,
Just wait till the sequel comes out.
there was no invading force. Their ship ran out of gas, above our planet, and we've got contact with the new race, and what do? We make them third world citizens.
Okay.
Because they won't give us their guns.
And they were ultra aggressive. They were.
No,
No,
they were aggressive, unless we gave them cat food.
Yeah.
Unless we provided something that was cheap and easy to produce.
They really liked the cat food.
Yeah, they really liked cat food. They stood in line for cat food.
Right, they stood in line to behave because they were going to get cat food. So what we had was a communications barrier, and we turned these people into third world citizens because they wouldn't give us their fancy guns.
Why? Remind me in District 9, why didn't... And they... Not that they wouldn't, they couldn't. They were built genetically to react to...
That's true, yeah.
Why didn't they just call home?
They didn't have long range. They didn't have long range communications.
Can you fix? I mean,
they didn't have that technology. It didn't exist.
How do you,
E.T. phone home.
how do you build a spaceship with no long? Don't we have the ability through like Hubble to like send stuff?
It's hard to tell.
Hubble's telescope, but no.
We can still reflect light.
But it still takes years to get there, and they were only there for like 6 years.
Okay.
So
I'm just wondering why E.T. didn't phone home.
Because he didn't have a phone. His phone was broken. It didn't exist.
Couldn't find Elliot.
But E.T. Maybe they should have called E.T. He would have come built them a phone.
Anyway, the point is, the aliens were a stand-in for the poor and the non-minority races.
I just see it a different way there, because those are freaking aliens. They don't.
So okay,
but
so
it doesn't matter.
What if it had been humans only on the ring and aliens on the planet?
I hate to say, I really got an anti-American vibe from the movie. I really did.
Movie?
Yeah, that from Elysium.
Well,
I didn't get that from.
I didn't get an anti-American. I got a.
All the rich people were American. All the poor people.
No, they weren't.
No, they weren't.
The hell they weren't. Jodie Foster didn't know what she was.
Well,
Because
okay,
she
one
spoke
person with a bad
4
accent
different
and whatever.
languages.
How was the color ratio on the ring?
White.
No, President was black.
Oh no, he was not.
Yeah, he was.
He was Arabic. What is that?
Let's back right
Middle
up.
Eastern.
He wasn't white.
He was Middle Eastern.
Are you sure? I thought it
Yes,
was.
I've
I'm
seen the
pretty
actor before.
He might have been Milano.
A what?
Mulatto.
A mix.
Oh, I don't know.
There were on the council that there was at least one Asian.
Yeah.
But it was quite clear that they were speaking English, and most of the people on Earth were speaking Spanish.
That I was bothered by.
I just very got an anti-American vibe from it. I mean, that rubbed me all the wrong way on that one. As a matter of fact, I got a 2-star review for this movie.
Wow.
I am changing my review down to 2-star.
Because it was anti-American.
Because it was the anti-American.
Because
side.
Okay.
Okay, you're right. He is Middle Eastern. His name is Farhan Tahir.
Yeah.
Okay.
But there were other racial.
There were, but it was
Yeah,
predominantly white.
Asian.
It seemed American. I mean, it was predominantly white, but there were other races. Whereas,
including that creepy guy in his little sheet.
Who's
Okay.
that?
Is that
Terry
pigtails?
Chin.
Yeah.
Oh no. Okay. Did that guy's haircut bother either of you? By the way,
Whose?
pigtails. The
No.
Pippi Longstocking's
No.
guy.
Why you got to be judgmental like that?
I
I've
don't know.
seen
That just
guys
seemed
like
odd.
that.
That really did. It struck me as weird to start with. It fit the character
Yeah.
in the long run.
My
but-
in-law, my brother married into the Samoan culture, and that's how the men wear their hair. They either wear it in one braid, or they wear it in 2 braids on each side of their head.
Okay, I officially apologize to all our Samoan listeners then
Yeah.
for mocking your culture. I did not mean to, and I'm sorry.
But
So-
it's funny, what I
It
found
seems
out
weird.
this summer is that if they break either a social or rule within their family culture, the braid gets cut off.
Oh, really?
Yep. It happened to
So that's how you can tell.
one of my nephews.
Oh, really?
So the guy playing
Yeah,
Kruger
that's crazy.
yeah.
was the main character in District 9.
That's
Was he
where I've
really?
seen him.
I kept watching him and thinking he
know.
was in District 9. No, that's him.
Yeah.
Who was Spider? Is he in anything else? 'Cause he really does seem familiar.
Yeah, he did.
His name is Wagner Moore. No. Have you watched Elite Squad?
No.
How about Elite Squad? Wait, hold on. Hold on.
No.
Elite Squad, The Enemy Within.
No.
No. They do sound
Is that really Spider? Yeah. Yeah, he's been in some stuff, but
Okay. Oh well.
no, nothing. It looks like a bunch of
Again, the story didn't
Latin
seem to
movies.
focus on characters I really liked either. I mean, Matt Damon's fine, but I really like Spider. I really like
Spider.
Pigtails.
he was
He's
the
kind
underworld.
of bad good guy. He's the bad guy with a heart of gold instead of the rich bad guy.
He's the guy that's trying to turn the social injustice of the world back to being normalized.
Yeah.
Or, back to where there's a balance,
Right.
not being normalized.
So the tech was pretty cool. I like the flying ships.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I did it.
The robots were a background piece, so that was
I
okay
like
with
the
me.
robots.
Yeah,
Me too.
they reminded me a little bit of the
iRobot.
iRobot stuff.
They kind of remind me of the Star Wars first few episodes, the battle guys that walked
Okay,
around.
yeah.
Joked a bit.
So they were pretty good. What'd you guys think of the acting?
I thought it was alright. I didn't see anything wrong with acting wise.
Yeah,
I
I
even
thought
liked
it
the
was-
woman with the odd accent.
Jodie Foster?
Exactly.
Her accent was terrible.
The thing is, she spoke like 4 or 5
that
different
doesn't- but
languages
that doesn't-
throughout the whole movie.
That doesn't equate to why your accent is bad.
Yeah, it
It's
does,
150
'cause you
years in the
have,
future.
Like,
No,
4 or 5
no.
different
Accent.
languages.
No, when you
But no,
speak
you-
English, you have a single accent added to that at all
No,
times.
how many accents are in the U.S. right now, and a ton of people speak English?
But that's fine. But as a person who learns English, if you speak another language first, you're going to have that accent. You're not going to have that accent, and then if you learn French, have that accent too.
The dude in Highlander.
Which one?
The
Adrian?
first one, not Adrian Paul.
Lambert.
Lambert. He's got a weird accent. Born in America, went to Denmark, and learned both languages at the same time. And now people have.
But hers no, that's fine because he has how many accents? Weird accents? One.
Okay.
She had multiple.
Oh well.
It changed. That was my issue. It changed. Did it not change?
I didn't think
notice.
it changed.
It just. There were points where it sounded a little Creole, and sometimes it sounded a little French, and sometimes it sounded like just weird.
Creole and French are very.
Yeah.
They're technical. Creole is a derivative of French accent.
But the accent is very different. They shorten words. It's a very different. Anyway,
Yeah.
overall, did not like her.
I like the character.
Yeah.
Not necessarily as a good person, but
No,
I enjoyed the part that was played by the character.
she did it very well.
I like the action scene when they go to grab the guy. What's his name?
Which guy?
The rich guy.
Oh yeah.
The
Rich?
guy that was in Armageddon.
Yeah.
He was the
Oh,
jerk
was that who it was?
astronaut.
He was
in
also in
Armageddon.
Dark Knight as
He
that
was-
one guy.
Yeah, and he was in another
Contact.
movie.
Do we have a name
Oh,
yet
he
for
was
that
the
guy?
blind
His
guy
name
in
is William
Contact.
Fitchner.
This is the second movie that they've been in a movie together. Jodie Foster and the
You have
blind
his
guy
picture?
were in.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Yeah, he was really
Yeah.
good, and I liked him. He did it perfectly. But
Yeah.
when they captured him, like the guns and like all that was really good.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that.
That was
And
crazy.
then he ripped off the head of the robot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was pretty awesome. So
that exoskeleton suit was crazy.
I wish they would have gotten into a little more why they had exoskeletons. Like what
Yeah.
for? If they have robots, why do they need them?
And also, like, I think, and maybe I'm using the wrong terminology, big plot hole. Like, where the heck did these third world country people get all this technology and be able to utilize it?
Well, Spider was all black market, so I can see him
Yeah.
having it.
I had
Yeah.
originally thought the exoskeleton things was like before the robots came around technology,
Maybe, but
then they
then-
had one on Elysium also.
Yeah, they had the brand new dude.
Yeah.
By the way, if you were not allowed to go back to Elysium, why do you have an armory on Elysium? Like, he wasn't supposed to be
Oh,
on
yeah.
Elysium at all. Ever again. He lived on Earth. Why did he have an armory on Elysium?
I don't
I
know
think
if that
it was an
his or if that was the
Elysium
Elysium's
armory. I don't think it was
armory.
his.
Did you notice that the whole time he had those metal plates in him, it was to get that exosuit on Elysium attached to him.
Oh yeah, true.
It was his armory.
Because, well, the thing is, they disbanded him at 3/4 of the way through the movie.
But did you notice him cooking on Earth? He lived there.
Yeah, because that's where all his jobs were.
But why would he leave his good armor?
Yeah,
on Elysium?
why wouldn't he have a facility? It doesn't.
Did you see that place?
Yeah.
There was nowhere for him
If
to
I
keep
had that
it.
kind of exoskeleton thing, I would keep it on 24/7.
By the way, he also
Well,
shot 4 rockets at the 3 spaceships, and only 3 rockets were seen.
I'm
He only
worried about
shot
that.
3.
No, he fired 4.
He fired 4.
He did.
I
thought
counted
it was
4.
only
I was so
And
sure the
one
that
hit the
missed
first
was,
one hit the second one missed, and then there was no 4th.
No, because I was so sure the one that missed was later going to go back there and hit it again and
Yeah.
destroy it. But no, it was.
Okay, one thing I
never
did
happened.
find very disturbing, and I think you explained this a little bit, was they had their like detection grid and everything up,
Yeah.
and they shot down the 3 other ones. Then the last second with the shuttle that Spider was on, they go up there, they get detected, and nothing happens.
Because there's nobody on the ground, they're not allowed to shoot them down. All they're allowed to do is arrest and deport. That's
Oh, yeah,
why
that makes more
that's why
sense than
Jodie
I
Foster
said
was
earlier.
pissed off to
Yeah.
begin with, because
Yeah.
she wanted to shoot everybody down.
Yeah, which was clearly the best option because if it doesn't, shenanigans happen on Elysium and bad stuff results.
Because if you don't, shenanigans.
Exactly.
I don't know. Overall, you know what? Now that we've talked about it more, that social issue is bothering me a little bit more, and I'm dropping mine to a 1.5. I still say people should go see it, but for me, I don't want to see it again.
No, I'll watch it with my family, but I know what they're going to think about it already, and it's going to result in arguments. That's going to be all us against the movie, but it's still, yeah.
Yeah.
I still like it.
Yeah.
I mean, see, I saw. I didn't see this movie. I saw District 9 as a wake up, like, hey, we're doing the wrong thing. We're
Yeah.
treating people the wrong way. And at least from the previews and what you guys have said, it makes me feel like the social commentary wasn't what we are doing is bad. It's if we don't recognize what we are doing and change things, we're going to end up like this.
I
Gonna
just
get this bad.
Because yes, it's not this bad right now, but it could be that bad. I mean, I'm not saying I don't agree that fast food workers deserve $12 an hour. That's a thing that's happening right now. I don't agree with that, but
What fast food worker gets $12 an hour?
they're trying to unionize and
they're trying to unionize,
make
and
it
they're
that
trying
way.
to raise minimum wage to $10.25.
It's
Yeah.
just going to raise the price
Well,
of standard food down.
Right,
We're going to be
so-
right back in the same boat we are currently.
right.
We'll talk. Well, you know what?
That's political commentary.
Yeah,
for another
let's pull
podcast.
that off there.
But the
I
point
get
is-
the point. Yeah.
I think, I mean, from what I've gathered, from what I got from the preview, I expect the point is a warning, like a cautionary tale. This is a Charles Dickens Christmas Carol. If you don't watch what was happening now and take action,
See,
We're gonna
I
end
would
up
have
in
been
this
fine
future.
with the warning. and
need that out of a sci-fi movie. I
in
don't.
District
Well,
9,
yes,
it
you
was
do.
better done
I
now.
don't-
that's
Yeah,
the
you
point
do.
of sci-fi.
I don't need it that heavy, and I
Yeah.
don't need it that negative. I don't.
It's
See,
not.
I got what you're saying out of District 9. I really did, because it was sort of an odd wake-up call, because at the end you don't know if the alien's going to say good things or bad things. It's clearly he's going to tell them bad things, and we're going to have a bad result because of it. This felt more like, look at us, we've got this. We should feel bad for having this, because these people don't, and they're not willing to work for it. And I don't
Well,
really...
but we're all, I mean, okay,
I
we're
didn't
getting into
think
social
it said
commentary, but
that.
there's also a thought process that we're training people to be that way.
Yep.
But that's a whole nother ball of wax that we'll not get into since you have to be up for work in the morning.
So, all right. Overall, I think we've kind of given our thoughts.
It's not the worst sci-fi movie I've
It's
seen
it's
this
not.
year.
No, it's definitely not.
No,
Which was?
Pacific Rim.
Oh,
I hate you. Overall, like I said, there was a lot about the movie that I did enjoy, but there's some stuff that really bothered me. So, any other thoughts, guys?
No, I'm good.
Nope.
All right, that's it for tonight for the Nerds Domain podcast. You can always send us an email at nerdsdomain@gmail.com or catch us on Twitter. I'm at Quiet, Johnny is at Foolsmask, Justin is at J_Kimmett, and Shirley is at SNED70. Or you can catch us for the website at Nerds Domain. You can also find us on Facebook, facebook.com/nerdsdomain. We want to thank Josh Shop for our music. If you'd like to help us out, head over to the website and buy some stuff through our Amazon link. It's always the same price for you, but a little bit comes back to us. If you enjoy our podcast, we encourage you to give us a review on iTunes and let us know what you think. We also have shirts available at slashloot.com. Go to tinyurl.com/ndshirts. And we will talk to you real soon.
Bye-bye.